Welcome to Betrayal Affairs. In today's video, I want to share a deeply personal story, one that touches on heartbreak, resilience, and the quiet strength that surfaces when life takes an unexpected turn. This is about my son Ethan, and the moment his world shifted on a rainy Friday afternoon in our peaceful Maplewood neighborhood in Illinois. It was late in the day, the kind of Friday that feels both heavy and full of anticipation for the weekend ahead. Rain gently tapped against our living room windows as I sat on the couch, folding laundry, one of those everyday moments that grounds you. Suddenly, the front door slammed with an unmistakable force. At first, I thought maybe the wind had caught it, but then came the heavy, hurried footsteps rushing down the hallway. They were sharp, fast, and charged with frustration. "Ethan?" I called out, turning my head towards the sound. My 20-year-old son appeared in the doorway. His brown hair was damp from the rain, and his hands were shoved deep into the pockets of his hoodie. But something was off. He didn't look at me. Instead, he passed by and headed straight for the stairs. His jaw was clenched tightly, his shoulders hunched forward, and his eyes, they looked glassy, as if holding back a storm inside. I had learned over the years that sometimes, as a parent, you can read your child's emotions without them uttering a single word. This was one of those moments. "Ethan," I called again, this time softer, more careful. "What happened?" He froze mid-step but didn't turn back. I set the laundry down and followed him to the stairs. That's when he let out a shaky breath and finally spoke. "She's gone, Mom. Lindsay, she broke up with me." His voice cracked at the end, and my heart sank. Ethan had been with Lindsay for nearly 2 years. They started as high school sweethearts, two young souls dreaming of college adventures, road trips, even adopting a dog together someday. They had their share of small disagreements, as any couple does, but I never imagined it would end like this, so suddenly, so quietly. Gently, I placed a hand on his shoulder. "I'm so sorry, honey. Do you want to talk about it?" He shook his head and muttered, "Not really," before heading upstairs. But the slump of his shoulders told me he didn't mean it. He just didn't know how to begin. I waited a few minutes, then knocked lightly on his bedroom door. "Ethan, can I come in?" After a pause, a quiet "yeah" came from inside. I stepped in. He was sitting on the edge of his bed, staring down at the floor. His phone lay face down beside him. I sat close enough to be there, but not so close that he felt crowded. "Do you want to tell me what happened?" I asked. He sighed, running his hands through his hair. "She said she's not happy anymore. That she needs to find herself or something. We didn't even fight today. She just said it was over and walked away." His voice trembled, and I could see he was fighting back tears. I reached out and took his hand. "Sometimes people change, Ethan. Sometimes it's not because you did something wrong. It's about them figuring out their own path. And that's not your fault." For the first time since he came home, he looked at me, his eyes full of pain. "But it feels like it's my fault. Like I wasn't enough." Oh, how I understood that feeling. Heartbreak is a cruel teacher. It makes you question your worth and wonder if you could have done something differently. But heartbreak doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. "Ethan," I said softly, "you're enough. Lindsay's decision says more about where she is in life than about who you are. You gave her kindness, love, and respect. That's all anyone can do. Sometimes even that isn't enough to make someone stay." He wiped his eyes with the sleeve of his hoodie and gave a bitter laugh. "So what am I supposed to do now? Pretend like I'm fine? Just move on?" "No," I said gently. "You don't have to pretend. You're allowed to hurt. You're allowed to feel this. But remember, this moment, this pain, it's temporary. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but one day it will fade." He leaned back against the wall, voice low. "It's just, we had all these plans. Trips we wanted to take. Things we wanted to do together. Now it's all gone." I nodded. Plans can change. And sometimes life replaces them with better ones. You'll make new memories, meet new people, and find happiness again. This isn't the end of your story. It's just a chapter closing. We sat in silence for a while, listening to the steady rhythm of the rain outside. Then I stood and went to the kitchen, returning with 2 steaming mugs of hot cocoa. I handed one to him, and for the first time all day, he gave me a small, genuine smile. "Thanks, Mom." "That's what I'm here for," I said, settling back beside him. "And by the way, you're not spending the night locked in this room. We're watching a movie together. Your choice." He gave me a look, unsure if he wanted to, but after a moment, he nodded. "Okay, but I'm picking something with explosions." That night, wrapped in blankets on the couch, the rain still tapping outside, Ethan laughed at a few scenes. I saw the weight on his shoulders lift, just a little. I knew the coming days would still be tough. There would be moments when he missed Lindsay, times when a song or a place would bring her memory crashing back. But I also knew my son. He was stronger than he realized. And as long as I was here, he wouldn't have to face that heartbreak alone. In the weeks that followed, Ethan started spending more time with friends again. He returned to his hobbies, photography, basketball at the park. Gradually, the sadness in his eyes began to fade. Months later, one evening while I was cooking dinner, he walked into the kitchen, a genuine smile lighting up his face. "Hey, Mom," he said. "I met someone new." I smiled back, not because he was moving on, but because he was moving forward. "That's great, Ethan. Just remember, take it slow and always be yourself." "I will," he promised. Watching him walk away that night, I felt proud, not just of the man he was becoming, but of how he faced something so painful and came through it. Heartbreak had knocked him down, but he got back up. And as his mom, that was all I could ever hope for. Because in the end, it wasn't just about calming him down on that rainy Friday. It was about reminding him and all of us that no matter what happens, love, hope, and new beginnings are always possible.